Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk about some of the things that maybe can stop us from wanting to invest and maybe later on retire in the diaspora. It's not. I won't say everything is going to be okay for us to be able to invest in the diaspora because there's some challenges. One of the challenges that I find is lack of trust. Like for example, if you're someone that maybe uh, you don't want to be like traveling back and forth all the time to the diaspora, well, sorry, to the motherland, to Africa, uh, all the time to take care of business. Maybe you want someone on the ground, and that's something that's been is a challenge. It's been a challenge. Where you feel like you want to trust other people, but you can't trust them because they're not trustworthy. So like lack of trust on people is one of the challenges. Like you leave someone, maybe you have a business partner, and maybe you leave them to take care of stuff, or take care of the business, but then they do their own thing. They cheat you, or they mishandle things. Sometimes not everyone, but sometimes people in our countries in Africa, they think that where we are, there's so much money that even if they were to mess up, then still they believe that we can still be able to get some more money to make things work. So that's one thing that I was thinking about, and you know that's one challenge, that if we can find, it's rare, but if you can find someone that really is trustworthy, you know but it's rare. But I do believe there's some people in the world, even in our communities, who we can number two, one more the next thing that makes it hard to be able to invest is sometimes is we struggle to raise in capital. I do understand that we are in the diaspora, but here as well, we have bills to take care of. We have like those who are, like, children to take care of. You have so many things to take care of, and at the end of the month, maybe you have the aspiration, you have the ambition, like to uh, to invest back at home. But sometimes, if you have responsibilities in the diaspora, then you don't have enough like finances left at the end of the month to be able to invest back in the motherland. And then this becomes, it can be frustrating. So even though you can be able to maybe gather some amount to be able to invest, but then the process is very slow, and that's why sometimes it's good for example, back in Kenya, to give an example, we have like microfinance organizations, like for example Isako. It's kind of formal, like if it's a form of a bank, but it's where people like come together, and it's like a community of people that have come together to raise money. And so you can always borrow from those, or you can also even borrow from the banks, but then we have to make like, you know uh, you have to have a good credit to, or we can borrow in the diaspora and be able to, if you have a good credit. So instead of buying things on credit, things that will not add value, that things that will depreciate with the time, we can buy take that loan, like, and invest in the diaspora, like, sorry, in the motherland. For example, if someone was to go to Apple and buy a phone for like £1,000, for example, you know and that money, well, maybe you're not going to buy it in cash, but if you had to buy it in cash, instead of buying a phone for $1,000, you can buy a phone for like £100 or $100, and then invest the difference. So we just want to find ways to be able to raise capital to help us with our future move to the DAS, to Africa. So that's number two. Number three is like, could be lack of, like, you could say, lack of infrastructure. In Africa, sometimes we find situations that even to get a license to start a business, you can come across so many hurdles, like on your way to getting the license. Sometimes, I'm not saying with everybody, but some government bodies, like if you face corruption, like you need to get some license, but they ask you to, even though they're paid to do that job, but still they want you to like give them something, so then you can get your license. So whatever you need to get to be able to do your business, so it can be frustrating, and these are some of the challenges, even though Africa is beautiful, everything is nice, but sometimes uh, we find that we can face these challenges, and we just have to find a way to get over them. You know, s- yeah. So these are some of the hurdles, like you find corruption, uh, lack of enough good infrastructure. For example, if you're someone in transport, like the roads maybe are not well done properly in some areas. Some of areas in Africa have so like very nice roads, even better than the ones we have in the West. But sometimes we find that some places are not as much as good as the others. So if you're in transport business, for example, you end up the car end up breaking every now and then, and you're having to repair it, and this cost, like, so things like this, uh, and maybe not enough, the not good, like not favorable policies to be able to start a business. The environment is not that good sometimes. If we find that uh, the environment don't allow you to uh, don't make it easy for you to start business, so that's another thing that I think can actually slow us down. So another one is not having the idea of what kind of business that we want to do. This one, I think we can be able to find out by, for example, traveling to the country where you come from, or whichever country in Africa that you are interested in, and finding out, like, from people, or you don't need to go even. Sometimes maybe just doing research online. We have things like YouTube. You can actually watch videos and find out, like, what area maybe you can adventure, or travel to the country, look at how the economy is, like, look at how things are running, and maybe ask around the locals whatever thing maybe is required or is needed. So then that way you can also be able to, like, make an informed decision. I think we should not be lured into, like, for example, you have relatives in the motherland, and they tell you this business is good and you should do this business. But I think we also need to do what works for us. They might say that a good business, maybe someone is like profiting in that area of business, or whatever thing they're doing. It wouldn't necessarily mean that we also will have the same experience. So I do think that we just need to expand our research, and find out what area can actually benefit me or you. For example, you want to be able to manage your business, for example, when you're abroad, or if, because you're abroad, you want to be able to manage it, and you want to be like, have a peace of mind while you're abroad. You don't want to be stressed about things, so I do believe that one, we need to do uh, we need to do research, like, and make sure that we are making informed decisions, and we're not just reacting to situations, not just going with other people's ideas. So the other people's ideas might be good, but maybe not for us, not for me, not for you. Yeah. Another thing is, I do believe, like, some people, they've had, like, maybe bad experience, let's say when they were growing up, and maybe some people, they had scholarships and were able to come from the motherland to the diaspora, and maybe because of a former bad experience, maybe they lived with a stepmom or stepdad, or they just did not have parents when they're growing up, so they don't feel the sense of returning back to the motherland. So these are kind of things maybe can slow us, even though they have this urge that they want to return back to the motherland. But they have also this long-term memory of how they used to suffer before, and the kind of experience that they've had before in Africa maybe kind of makes them not want to uh, be involved in anything concerning returning back to the motherland, even though at the same time they have this uh, idea that it will be, they just want to experience. So they say like a conflict of things going on. And so this kind of actually kind of delays the process. And if we do not take care, then time will just pass. So we just need to make our minds up and maybe overcome this maybe negative experiences, maybe go for like sometimes I think therapy to help overcome these challenges, or just face our fears by maybe just going to the motherland and experiencing, things change. Maybe at that time, whatever happened to us or whatever happened, uh, reconcile. Sometimes those people that maybe made us upset, they might feel still just holding, wanting us to come back, just so then they can ask for forgiveness. So sometimes I do believe that we can also just face the situation, and maybe so this way it will not delay us from investing in the motherland. So I thank you for watching these videos, and I do pray that God will bless whatever that you are investing in, and that even if you're still not investing yet, that you will come up with something that will help you, return back to the motherland and live the life that God ordained for us. Like, we don't have to be slaving in the West forever. God bless, and thank you for watching. Do please like, share, subscribe. Also, leave a comment on the comments section. Thank you.